Rise in glory, peace soldiers. Welcome to my prayer room. I'm Yo, the Freedom Guide. And this is Kava Coloring with Yo. This is my new bottle right now. Be happy. So I'm gonna shake it up, take a quick shot. Ula. Helps relax. The more relaxed you are, the more you can receive gratitude and what are three character traits or qualities that I admire about myself? That I am loving and compassionate, I am patient and observant, and I am smart, skillful. And I started already, and then I thought about share the content, right? So I am energy, God moved me. I am energy, God used me. I am energy, speak through me. You see my energy, because God is using me. Hallelujah. And it is a thriving Thursday. And as I'm coloring, I'm using like a blueberry. It's one of my favorites because it's that mix of blue and purple. And you're coloring, taking a deep breath in and out. Easy. Scanning the body. No rush. I realized I was going kind of fast. So I had to relax. Coloring helps relax my mind. It's one of my freedom tools. For some reason, I'm outlining everything with this, so I'm going to keep it rolling, you know? I don't question, I trust as I create. Right? And what I want to say is, I hope you're having a good day and you're doing it right. But if you're not, that's okay too. We have to respect our emotions and allow them to serve their purpose. It's the way our body talks to us. Kind of gives you an awareness of how you operate. So as I was writing down my traits, I thought about self-love and how the practice of that has really shown me a different kind of love for others. Like truly the deeper or more I see myself and understand how I work, it gives me a deeper understanding for others and a grace that I don't think I've ever had before. Grateful for that journey. Hmm. So every so often, I like to scan my body, really kind of see how I'm feeling as I color, intenseness, taking a deep breath and stretching it out. Kind of realized I was holding the page. That's a tenseness. Just relax, you know. know, if you never heard it before, one of the reasons I say peace soldier, emphasis on the soul, SOUL, is because I realized one of the ways to rebel against the ways that we've been taught to be is to relax. Relax into peace, doing the work of becoming aware of who you are, your surroundings, how your body responds to certain things and issues. And it's been a very important part of my healing process to slow down and really get to know me and the creation that God decided should be in this time and this place on the earth. Doing soul work, finding my purpose. And that takes safety and support in a world that has almost programmed you to believe how you should be and how you should show up. And I can't speak for any other race or any other person, but I will say, as a Black woman in the South, growing up in the church and being of service, I was always taught to put others first. And I have served and loved almost to my own detriment, you know. And so putting that energy towards me and the things that bring me happiness and peace, it was hard. I kept trying to go back to the old ways of being. But I'm grateful now to have the freedom tools that work for me. And then I can share, but share with boundaries and kind of like a strict love for myself. And I guess that's what a peace soldier is, right? Yeah. If you're still with me, breathe. In and out. Easy. Life doesn't always have to be so vulnerable. So fast. We can relax. So, which brings me to patient and observant. I am patient and observant, trusting the process, allowing God to lead took a transformational course a few years ago called Essence of Being, taught by Barry Smith Lyons and Rainy Land Turtleville. And I learned to trust the process, that mistakes are only learning experiences. Ask and allow, don't ask how. Trust and allow, and don't ask how. Yeah. Allow yourself to just be. Hence the name, Essence of Being, right? Mm. And so, what I'm learning is when I started to tell myself that God gives me safe spaces to practice how I want to show up in the world, I began to relax into the unknown, into making mistakes and learning and doing something without thinking I'm doing the wrong thing. And I still, I struggle, but until recently, I even trust that, right? That's part of the process of growth as well, the struggle to get to being a peace soldier. You don't just get there overnight, you know. And so, especially coming out the type of grief that I've been through, losing my son and mother, businesses, all kind of things, it takes practice to remember how to be a human being again, right? And I'm grateful to be led by God. Because truly I had to, that's why I do the little energy chant in the beginning that I am energy, God move me, I'm energy, God use me, because trauma and grief will change your mindset and the way that you look at the world. And if you let it, that distortion will take over. And so that's when I made the decision that I didn't want to hurt myself or other people. And I needed God's guidance to see people, to see myself the way that God sees me. And that takes slowing down to hear. And it's not the easiest thing to do in this world of overstimulation, right? Um, a lot of people have what has been coined ADHD. And I'm realizing it's a human condition. And so when you realize that, you ease up on yourself. And I've been told several times that multitasking was not productive, and I get it. But sometimes, because of the way we are in this day and age, it takes multiple tasks to actually slow the brain down. And so my friend Marissa, who's an expressive arts therapist, I just began to watch her, and she kind of showed me how to use the tools, the freedom tools that we collect in the healing process. And so when I first started, like now I can color in, I guess this would be called white noise, like you hear the fan in the background. Um, Before I had to have music going, I had to have a sermon going, I had to have so many things just to calm my mind. And so it's a journey, right? That that journey needs the love and patience to get you where you gotta go. Yeah. Take a deep breath in and out. Just gonna pause for a little bit and just relax. And it's just outline structure. I am loving, compassionate, patient, and observant. We'll get a little bit more into the color emotions and a little bit meanings. This is my emotions on the page. I'm gonna do a quick freedom breath, emptying all the way out, relaxing. Relax your entire body. My angel son was 8 pounds, 8.8 ounces. So I love to use eights in everything I do. It reminds me of the love that I had, had, having for him. And I believe God uses love to speak through us, speak to us in the ways that are authentic to us, right? And so, emptying all the way out, we're going to take a deep breath in for 8 seconds, hold for 8 seconds, and then release for 8 seconds and relax. And then we'll move on to I am smart and skillful. Here we go. So evidently I needed to inhale and exhale. So we're gonna start again and then hold for the 8 after we inhale. Move anything that needs to pop or stretch. Yeah. Right now, this next. Looking out my window, appreciating Mother Nature, listening to the thing. There's no rush. In this moment, you're safe, you're supported. Hula. And Hula means goodness, cheers, life, health. It's in the Kava culture. You get a chance, check out my Kava education video, which we'll be doing more on that as we go along. I am smart and skillful. You have to speak life over yourself, right? I don't know who knows that gospel song. Encourage yourself. Gotta encourage yourself through it all. And what I loved about this is I have experimented so much in different ways of coloring. And I understand now that this was me building the container. Container is love, compassion, patience, observance. Now I can play safely, smart, skillfully with all the different colors. Letting God minister. Look, I can make mistakes, ooh, but I'm still safe. Yeah, just giving it all. What I love about this is the mistake, supposedly, still works for the photo. Because by the time I'm done, you won't even know that that mistake was there. And that's the way God works for us, right? We out here, we're exploring, we're doing things. And how many people have told you you don't even look like what you've been through, right? And God has a way of covering us. When we think we have nothing left. Saw that, right? Ran out. There's always an abundance of more waiting. Trust and believe that we have everything we need. Yes. I love that I picked up on it's joy right there. And as let me put this down. That's a tenseness too. I'm a Tetris player, so I need my fingers, you know. Yeah. Trust the process. Speak over yourself. Thinking on those things that are good, those things that are lovely. Felt green on that. Oh, teal. The colors I associate with my mama. One of the things I like to encourage is paying attention to your thoughts, your emotions as you color. It can give you an idea of the story, you know? And for those overthinkers, until recently, that's called a pattern interrupter. Um, when we speak things that we may not uh, want to absorb for ourselves, we use a pattern interrupter to immediately stop that pattern of saying the same things over and over. I like to say I'm inviting the Holy Spirit to come down and make those changes because we do have free will in some aspects, right? And speaking until recently, in my as my definition, is like, okay, God, I may not be making this change immediately, but it's the intention of putting it out there that I want to make different choices and I want to be different. And so I'm allowing that goodness, that Holy Spirit that knows me, that has created me, to come down and make those changes for me and show me. And so that's when the patience and the observance comes in and can show you, you want something different, here it is, you know. Hmm. I just feel like this is foundational work. See how I'm down at the bottom now? Started from the bottom, now we here. Hey, started from the bottom, now my whole team down. Shut it. Started from the bottom, now we here. Yes, I like that. Mm. Oh, me, the joy of the Lord is our strength. I'm feeling the need to color the stems. Let's color. And so what I also love is that the balance that I have found to use my creativity with technology. And AI has caused a lot of issues these days with people's, safety and support and how they feel about it. But for me, I had to go before God and pray over my phone and trust that I'm safe and supported and I have the tools to know what works for me, what doesn't. And even if it's something that doesn't work, that's experience, right? You get clarity when you know what you don't want or what doesn't work for you. And I really, before I started dealing with AI on a regular basis, I had to kind of reprogram, not kind of reprogram myself to know that I am safe and I am supported no matter what I do, and God will protect me from anything um, that doesn't serve me. And getting to know my body and the awareness of how I react to certain things actually lets me know, okay, this is enough scrolling, this is enough um, working, because I love to work on the phone, and certain things may not be for me. And so it's a observation that you have to continue to practice, right? Um, Healing is not overnight. Life is not done till you're done. And so you're going to keep learning and keep figuring out some things. Put the top down. I have to remember. Feeling like this one is a completion after this. And what I love about doing the structure around the whole picture first, I kind of get to be in kid mode and just be like, yeah, and still the adult in me is satisfied that it's all in the lines. But the peace soldier in me is okay if I go over the line. Think outside the box. Let me go to my neon colors. Okay, Crayola. I need red, neon red. I have not been able to use that. Hope you're breathing. Relaxing. And if you haven't today, let's pause after this one and give ourselves a hug. Good job for taking time out to relax and breathe. Welcome in the ease and grace. Gave my wrist a little kiss. Yes. We have to tell ourselves we're proud of ourselves. And the body will reward you for that. It likes to know that it is loved, that it is safe. Because a lot of us are so hard on ourselves. Right? Humming is another nervous system regulation tool. Once again, my mama is coming to me. She used to sing, God has smiled on me. He has set me free. God has smiled on me. He's been good to me. Well, I'm a little different because I don't believe God is a he. And I do believe God is a he. I don't believe God is a sheep. And I do believe God is a sheep. A it, a them. God is omnipresent everywhere, all the time. We're never without source. So I'll say, God has smiled on me. She has set me free. God has smiled on me. He's been good. They've been good. We're so good. me. Hallelujah. Mm. Cracking up right now because I'm thinking about my mama. She used to say, "Where did you come from, honey?" That's because I didn't like dresses. I didn't like makeup. I was in a mainly like male dominated career as well. I was taxi driver, truck driver. She always used to say that. Yeah, purple. Finding myself trying to speed up for y'all. Relax. That's the point, right? See, self love. Bring it back to yourself. Mm. Fun fact: I was one of the first Uber black drivers in Atlanta, and I don't mean race wise. If you ride an Uber, then you know there's a Uber Black, Uber um, ride share, you know, all the different options. Yeah, they came and recruited us, honey, from the taxi stand. You talking about determination, honey. Uber was determined. Forgot the young man's name, but sometimes I would get phone calls from him two, three times a day asking if I was ready to sign up for Uber. It's like, dang, give me a minute. You know? Ain't wrong with that color, but I'll do it. That's fun. Hmm. Judge me. I'm filling it in with red. To me, red represents Christ and our ancestors. Blood that was shed, especially as African Americans. But we all have people, whatever lineage you're from, who sacrificed for us, right? So, like that. Nice. And what I'm about to do is try to use this gold. When I tell you how many times this gold has went out on me, like this did in the beginning, But it taught me a lesson that sometimes if you just give things a break, give it space, you give it time, there's a little bit more left in there. Let's see if that still holds true. We'll start little. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I have a couple of times put water on it to bring it back. And it runs out at times, and then it'll come back. That's it. Mhm. But you see how it started to run out. I'll save this. We might need it for another photo until I can get some more gold. Taking a deep breath. Feeling like I need a little nutrition. Time to break the fast this morning. A little Premier Protein. I'm a gastric bypass patient, so we have to get our protein in. That's good. Try not to drink it too fast because the caffeine in there, and I like to balance it with my kava. It keeps me regulated. Right. Ooh. And speaking of regulation, I like to use gray for peace. So that's what's next. It reminds me of that song, um, Silver and Gold. And y'all forgive me. I mean, like, I know my voice ain't Beyonce. But, it brings me joy and peace as I color. And so, silver and gold, I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. And because I have free will, and once again, I'm different, I changed the words a little bit. And I said, silver and gold, silver and gold. Hey, I'd rather have Jesus with silver and gold and silver and gold, right? I want it all. Give me both. Silver and gold, gold. And because that was like gray, let's do a silver. I'd rather have Jesus and silver and gold. Hallelujah. Okay. Then we ready. Mm. Building, yeah. It's funny is I was when I did wear jewelry. Right now, we wear my wedding ring. Um, I only like silver. Gold was not something I ever wore because of my skin tone. I'm over that now, but I just remember that judging my own self for how I looked in gold, not appreciating the beauty that is me. And that's been a huge part of self love, coming to love the skin that I'm in, especially in a country that has taught me uh, that lighter is beautiful. And so I'm grateful to be in that mindset today. You see, I love how I missed that before, but it came right on time to color the loving and compassionate and patient observing part of me to appreciate me and the body that God put me in with those hands. Beautiful. We have to love ourselves unconditionally. We get to love ourselves unconditionally, right? Let's do this silver here. Right now, I'm going off pure intuition. Nice. I see. Put a little bit more gold. That's where it was supposed to go. See where else I can get it. Start little and you don't have a lot left, little bit by little bit. At a pace your nervous system can handle. That. Mhm. A lot of us are being pushed to be seen right now and to step out. Do it at a pace your nervous system can handle. You there, search ad? Wait, hold on one sec. Okay, I'm back. Me and Chad, he's about to go off and do some work, and um, we pray before he goes out. Um, for any time of day, we pause and pray. Um, Speak the prayer, but this is prayer as well. Breath work is prayer. Dance is prayer. Driving is prayer. Um, that's where I came up with the Walking Worshiper series because um, we are never without source, and everything we do can be ritual, can be prayer. And that was one of the things I had to unlearn. That because I pray in the morning or whenever I decide to say a prayer, that was my time with God. My time with God is in everything that I do. And by making it intentional and slowing down and being aware of what I'm really doing and not just doing it, it becomes my worship, my offering, right? Let's take that in. Hmm. Gonna need for a bio break, so I'll color one more. That is creative. Look at that. You see? The mix is nice. I like that. I like the way it turned out. And the story that it's telling. I love. So I'm gonna finish this and then I'll pause and come back for the tracing of the mindfulness and what I've done. Kind of locking it in, right? um, let's stick with the neon colors. Let's do orange. This is neon carrot. It's one of my favorites because Juno, my dog, he loves carrots. Trying to make sure y'all can see it. There you go. Yeah, that's another thing too, kind of practicing how you want to show up in the world. Because that can have you in your head a lot too about when you're doing content, am I coming across the way that I envision, And part of trusting the process has been understanding that uh, perfection is the enemy of progression. And so, whatever happens at a particular time when you're presenting something or trying something new, that's what needs to happen. And if you so-called mess up or get angry, get mad, get sad, cry, whatever, being vulnerable is your power. And what I've learned through trusting God in my walk is it's okay to be that way. Be yourself. You are forgiven. You are allowed to make mistakes. You are allowed to try different things in life and experience. You know, there's no right or wrong way uh, to be your most authentic self because God made you. And that is a permission that you can give to others to be themselves and not so be so hard. And I realize when I make mistakes, when I show my emotions or whatever, it's an example for others to realize, okay, how did she recover from that? Or how did she handle that embarrassment, supposedly? Um, and I only know that because I've observed other people who have shown me that power and that vulnerability. And I'm so grateful that God put me in circles of people who are not afraid to say, I'm not afraid of your anger. I'm not afraid of uh, your vulnerability, your sadness, your grief, you know? And so that's the shadow work, right? And we need people who are compassionate while you do the work of loving your shadow, the things that we've been told to not expose, right? Yeah. Let's see what I got on this. Oh, electric line. I like it. Take a deep breath in and out. We're going on 53 minutes. I think I want to do an hour. It's going to be like Yo's Kava and Color Hour. Yeah. Let's back that up with a little yellow. About the same, right? When you mix it. Maybe take a darker green. Yeah, I like that better. It's like a clear little boundary there, right? Yeah, we finished our picture. Look at that. I'm proud of that. Okay, bio break. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. As I took my bio break, a pattern interrupter I want to share that came to me was when people ask you how you're doing, I came up with um, I'm healing daily. And that eases the thing of saying, oh, I'm fine when I'm really not. Because no matter what it looks like, I am healing daily. And shout out to Rainey for these markers she gave me. Like, uh, it's good to have community and friends that understand your healing process and what it means. They watch you and they know how to get to you. Because there are some people that God has put in your life to take care of you. A pastor at the time, and I would say kept, he said that and it never left me. There are people in this earth, in this world, that are ordained to take care of you. Trust who God has put in your life at the times when you're going through your worst. Not the people you want, but the people that God surrounds you with. Know that you are safe, you are supported, and we're all healing daily, right? I'm Yo, the Freedom Guide, and you've been with me in my prayer room. Thank you for joining me for Kava and Coloring. Bula. And now's the fun part. My little kid gets to enjoy just kind of going over everything and locking it in. Yeah. Self love is the best love. It's the greatest love of all, right? Whitney told us that. Yes. Take a deep breath in as we finish coloring, relaxing all the way. Inhale, hold, release. And relax. And Yo, the Freedom Guide. Remember, whatever you do, begin it in love. And it has no choice but to end in peace. Remember to hug yourself right now. Give yourself a squeeze. 3 or more times a day. Yourself, a pet, a pillow, a tree, it all counts. It is co-regulation. When you hug yourself, you're co-regulating with the divine, right? Again, I'm Yo, the Freedom Guide, and until next time, continue having a peaceful day. Nobody told you today, I love you. Tell yourself you love yourself as often as possible. You deserve it. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Gratitude for this self-care moment. Look at that. And I got 30 seconds left, y'all. Let's see what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do. I'm swimming. Yes. With that water energy. Yeah. That was fun. I'll see you soon. Sometimes stuff is still in the picture that you really can't see, but it matters too.